Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a local care center begins prescribing a pill to treat COVID-19. And the governor announces some investments into health care here in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is 4:59 on Thursday, January 13th, and I'm happy to say let's go over to Brandon, who's in the studio.
Who's here today? who's back with you this morning?
So much more fun when you're here.
Exactly. And good morning to you, Chas. We're going to kind of social distance a little bit this morning, so you'll see us here, but you won't see us together in the Weather Center for the main weather segments. But again, glad to be back and a lot to talk about as we head in the next few days. Let's take a look to see what's going on right now. Not too much this morning at the Whitesburg cameras. We look over downtown, and we're going to be showing you some of these cameras in the first weather segments because we got quite a bit to talk about in the 5 and 6 main weathers there. Quiet start to the morning there. Downtown, temperatures a little bit warmer than expected in some areas. 40 in Jackson and Prestonsburg, upper 20s in Harlan, Jonesville, and Middlesboro this morning. And then I guess the warm spot in the region is 43 Monticello and 27. I'm scanning to make sure. Yep, 27 in Jonesville is the cool spot. So we kind of split the difference again today at 35 to start us out. We're going to continue to see temperatures increase as we head through the daytime hours. I think somebody gets to 50 today, even under those cloudy skies, as we see a little bit of warm winds pull in here, but some scattered rain chances are coming up with a weak disturbance as well. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon. Well, West Virginia Governor Jim Justice is isolating and resting. His chief of staff gave an update on the governor's health yesterday, a day after he tested positive for COVID-19. The governor is fully vaccinated and boosted. His staff says he is experiencing moderate symptoms and received a monoclonal antibody treatment.
He's not well today. I mean, he's home. He has round-the-clock care from physicians. And, Dr. Marsh is working with his daughter Jill is working on him, but he's not well today. We pray for speedy recovery, but you know it's serious.
Governor Justice's wife Kathy tested negative. Primary care in Perry County is one of the few places with the Pfizer COVID treatment pill available. Doctors began prescribing it to their patients this past Monday and will be following up with them every day for 10 days. Patients with high risk for COVID complications will be eligible to receive the COVID pill.
We have been screening our patients who have tested positive for COVID-19 for chronic health conditions or anything that would make them high risk for developing complications or that could lead to hospitalization with COVID.
The goal is for the antiviral treatment pill to be widely available to everyone and not just high-risk patients in the future. The Laurel County Health Department gave away a limited supply of free at-home COVID tests yesterday. Laurel County averaged more than 160 cases per day for the last few days. The test kits being given out are the Illume Home Self-Test Kits. The kits require a smartphone to use, but researchers say they are 96% effective. Health Department employees are hoping this can help stop the spread in their county.
We felt like this would be a good thing to utilize and pass out for those that needed to be tested and for those who cannot get into other facilities to test. So it's a good way to help mitigate the spread of the virus at this moment.
Executive Director Mark Hensley says this is an event they have been working on for some time, and while supplies will be limited, they're hoping to do it again soon in the future. Governor Andy Beshear reported yesterday marked the highest COVID-19 numbers since the pandemic began. The state reported 11,232 new cases, bringing our case total to just a little under 953,000. There were 21 new deaths as well, putting the Commonwealth's death toll at 12,455. The positivity rate is now at a record 27.39%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information on our website at WYMT.com. Governor Beshear also held a news conference to announce health care investments in the Commonwealth yesterday. One of the numerous topics he covered related to mental health. The governor announced 2 financial strategies to help in this department. The first being to fund the implementation of the 988 Crisis Support Line. This is planned to go into effect July of this year. This 3-digit number will replace the National Suicide Hotline, making it easier for people to get the help they need.
Think about that. These are calls by folks that may be suicidal themselves or family members that are desperately and immediately needing help for someone that they are worried would take their own life or need help. 56% more calls will undoubtedly save more lives.
The budget also includes investments to phase in 100 additional new staff to Kentucky Community Health Mental Health Centers. That will help provide support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Matt Brown, the Senior Vice President of Administration at Addiction Recovery Center, released the following statement regarding Governor Beshear's proposed investment in the state's nursing workforce, stating, quote, "Addiction recovery care is encouraged by the governor's proposed investments in Kentucky nursing workforce. Nurses are essential in treating our family members, friends, colleagues, and neighbors who are struggling with substance use across the Commonwealth. With overdose deaths continuing to skyrocket amid the pandemic, nurses will continue to serve an integral role in our healthcare system and our community." The national blood shortage continues throughout the nation, and folks in the Big Sandy area will have a chance to help out today. The American Red Cross is hosting a blood drive at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg today. People can donate at any time between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Property tax bills on your cars will start going out for Kentucky County clerks in a few days, and you might be shocked at the higher prices. The value on new and especially used cars has soared during the pandemic. That's reflected in your property taxes. Some Kentucky lawmakers say bills filed this year could provide some relief. That's the purpose of House Bill 6. There's a similar bill in the Senate.
I think it's appropriate that anyone that has paid a higher rate than they should have, that they get a refund on that. Just contrary to what state law is, and they did that without really any, proper procedure to make that change.
If passed, the House bill will allow people who have already paid car tags this year to get a refund for overpayment. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, parts of New England see some frigid temperatures, cold enough to freeze food.
Confidence continues to increase for a weekend winter storm, but there is more to it than you may realize. I'll break down the possible impacts in about 3 minutes.